any kind of advice you have on teams as they start to develop in their maturity and start to bring in new team members and start to scale their practice? What are some of the things that they should absolutely fundamentally do or not do?
Yeah, that is a great question. Oh my God. I would say the one thing that I highly recommend are design crits and pair design. Both are things that we use here at Instacart, and I think they're so, so important. So for paired design, very similar. I think it started with paired programming, so it's a
Mm,
concept that's existed for a while. But having two designers that might have completely different experiences work on a thing together, and I think I have heard some pushback from people around like, oh, it takes twice as long, or like from an optimization standpoint, we can put one designer on one thing and one designer on another and get twice the amount of work done. Um, I think like pair design is so important because things go faster. And also some of those assumptions and questions are answered in the beginning instead of like further down the design process where it's like, oh, we forgot about this thing. Let's iterate here. So I would say that's a really good way when you scale. That's a really good way to make sure you're consistent. And then the second thing that we utilize are design crits. And I believe that I got this idea from Figma. That is a traditional, they don't use conversation design, they use traditional product design. And they do weekly design crits where they have, designers that are working on things that might not be ready to like be pushed to prod or be shown to even like product managers or anything like that. Kind of like walk through their process and like ask questions and really open it up to like use like to other people to like to kind of like break it or tear it apart or even like in a nicer way just like question some of the assumptions that they're making. And I think having that feedback, like incorporating multiple feedback loops, really helps things like stay consistent and just be like really great in terms of quality.